perspective. So let me know if you have any. We're gonna start with question 3. I won't go over everything. I won't go over everything, but this question 3 is a good start. So, can somebody tell me what's question 3 look like? Y equal to what? Square root x. What else?
2 minus 2.
Y equal to x minus 2. And then y equal to what? In first quadrant?
Yeah.
Okay, first quadrant. And you gotta ask me as many questions as you can, because a lot of first period still confused. So I understand you are confused, but you gotta ask me question, otherwise I don't know how to do better job. So here, here, and here, this is the y equal to square root x graph. Is that okay? And then on here, it's going to be x minus 2, so it's going to be x minus 2 here. And then we're going to talk about 2 different perspectives. If you can get it right, great. But that doesn't help me, because you got to understand there's actually an easier way to do this question. But we're going to go do that. So in terms of this, I'm looking for this area. So I'm going to do it in terms of vertical orientation. So you want to write this on your notes. You want to be very specific about certain things, because we're going to use this. We're going to show you like there is a much better way to do something. So since the first quadrant, I kind of have this limitation here. So I'm going to say this is, oops. Son of the. Okay, so this one's here, and this blue line here. Okay, so basically I'm looking for this things right here, right? We're looking for this. So first of all, we're gonna do vertical orientation and horizontal orientation next, and I'm gonna show you how effective if you choose correctly. Now, is any way that you have to do vertical horizontal orientation or vertical orientation or horizontal orientation? It doesn't matter. You want to do what is good for you to solve a problem. Now, horizontal orientation is not really emphasized on AP exam. However, you're going to see this question is much more beneficial. Now, if you know that generally it's going to be top minus bottom, so you're going to cut this graph into half. Why do you have to cut it into half? Because this is the top part of the graph, this is the bottom part of the graph. But here it's different. Do you see that? The bottom is different. You see that, right? So this part here, I'm gonna say this is the top, and this is the bottom. And here this is the top, and this is the bottom. So they are 2 different things. So we're gonna cut it to half. So therefore, how do we find this intersection? Well, we can always say square root x equal to x minus 2. We can say x square both sides. This is going to be x squared minus 4x plus 4. So that's equal to x squared minus 3x minus 5x, sorry. Minus 5x. I did what Lakshmi did yesterday. Plus 4. 0 equal to x minus 4 and x minus 1. So x equal to 4, x equal to 1. But this is extraneous. Why is extraneous? Because there was a part of the graph going this way. And that's why it's intersect at 1 rather than 4. But since the extraneous, this one is cross it out. Is that okay? So x equal to 4. So technically, there is 2 things here. Now, why do I know I need to cut off here? Because this is where you have this intersect between the x-axis and this line. So that's why you cut off here. Is that okay? So that's going to be, how do I set up this integral? Integral for the left side, which is, we're going to say is blue part here, is going to be what? 0 to 2. And then what? root x minus 0 dx. Why is minus 0 important? Because 0 is the bottom function. Am I going too fast? This is the 0 right here. This is the bottom. This is the top. Right? Usually you don't have to, but I'm just going to tell you there's still top minus bottom here occurring here. Now I'm going to say plus integration from 2 to 4. I'm going to use red because I'm going to represent this part as red. So we are looking for red here. We're looking for here. So there are two functions here. 0 to 2 to 4 is what? What is the top function? Root x minus the bottom function is what? X minus 2. But please put a parenthesis every time you put a parenthesis because that way you don't have the distributing issue. So I'm going to do the calculation. Now, for me, for your homework for today, make sure you work it out first on the calculator. Make sure you got the right answer. Because there's no point if you're doing calculation on the wrong setup. Does that make sense? So you're going to type in your calculator, work it out, and figure out. And you're going to say, okay, well, how do I find the area? And if the area is matched, then you go work on the logistic, the middle part of it, the evaluation. If it's wrong, that means your setup is wrong. You have to change it to the setup until you set up correctly. Does that make sense to you guys? Use your calculator as a tool to learn if you set up correctly. Then you go ahead and do work on math. It doesn't mean I don't want you to work on math. I want you to work on math, but I want you to work on the right thing. Okay, you're gonna type in the calculator, work out this, and work out this, and then you got an answer. If your answer is matched to the answer I gave it to you, that means you did it right. Then you can go back to do evaluation by hand. Now, this part is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do evaluation by hand now after I verify my answers correctly. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do here, integration of x to the 1/2, so it'd be 3 over 2, 2 over 3, between 2 to 0, plus integration of this one is going to be x to the 3 over 2, 2 over 3, minus x squared over 2, plus 2x between 4 to 2. Is this okay? I'm going to plug in 2, so it'll be 2/3, 2 to the 3 over 2. And you're going to say, I don't know how to evaluate 2 to 3 over 2, but just hold there. Just don't worry about it for a second. I'm going to plug in 4, so that's going to be 2/3 times 4 to the 3 over 2 minus 4 squared over 2 plus 2 times 2. And the minus 2 over 3rd, 2 to the 3 over 2 minus 2 to the 2 over 2 plus 2 times 2 is 4. Is that okay? Now I'm going to see something I can see, anything I can simplify. Do you see anything I can simplify? Tell me what I can simplify. 4 squared over 2, that's going to be what? That's 8. I think this is 4, right? 2 times. This is 4, right? Yeah, that's 4. So this will actually 8, right? This cancel out. This is going to be 8, and this is 8, right? And this is what? 2 plus 4, right? What else I can simplify? Do you see something that's really big, really disgusting? This one and this one, right? When's negative 1 positive? Does that make sense? And then now it's equal to 2/3. This one's 4 to the 3 over 2 power. What's the 4 to the 3 over 2 power? 8, right? Minus what? The 8 and 8 cancel out, so this is 8 and 8 cancel out. And minus minus 2 plus 4. Wait, hold on a second. This is a minus 2 plus 4 is what? So negative 2 plus 4 is equal to 2, and it's minus 2, I think. So it's going to be 16 over 3 minus 6 over 3. That's equal to 10 over 3. How many of you guys got 10 over 3? Only 2 individual here? And you guys are awesome. Isabel, very good work. I've never seen somebody improve so fast within such a short time. I want to say there's a lot of people improve a lot. One is Isabel. She went from like awful. No offense, but it was awful. Now it becomes the greatness. But that takes effort. And she and I, we had like 20 minutes conversation. Remember that? I says, look, I know you're a good student. I have faith in you. I just need you to keep on pushing. And you did that. Avery is next one. Avery Miller. You got 30 out of 26 on the last test. Grace is improving. Yeah, I only give 20. I have like 9 extra credits. So she only missed a few points, and that's fine. Okay, I haven't finished grading all of them. I'll try to finish by today, but this how you get done with this particular question. Now, I'm going to do the same graph. Now, I'm going to say is this. A lot of you guys need to make sure that you just keep on putting effort, especially right now. Don't give up. I didn't train a quitter. I'm good at training kids, but I don't train quitters. If you quit, you should have dropped out a long time ago. If you got to this far, don't quit. Keep on fighting to the end. And do your homework, Sean. I'm trying to save you $6,000, over $2,000 for calculus, and $20,000 for SAT. So quit your damn job and get better on your bright future, and you can save $2,000 on your calculus credits, because that's including books and credits. And all this money is going to your pocket. Now, I'm going to show you how to do a shortcut. The shortcut's this. It's today's lesson. How do I do this question with a horizontal orientation? Now, remember, we're doing this way, right? And this is how your area is calculating. The area is calculating basically just adding this line plus this line plus this line plus this line. They're adding all the lines, and the lines forming by top minus bottom. Is that okay? And you keep on adding. But then you have to do 2 integral. That's a problem. You have to do 2 integral. It's any way I can do 1 integral.
Horizontal line.
Yep, horizontal line. Now you see this, right? I'm going to show you here. How do I do a horizontal line? I'm going to do it here. I'm going to do it here. I'm going to calculate it from the bottom to the up. Remember, answer is 10 over 3, which is roughly what? 3.3333. Can I do this in a different way? I'm going to show you. What is this function? Y is equal to what? X minus 2, right? Now this is today's notes. X equal to what if I solve for X? Y plus 2. Okay, X equal to Y plus 2. Okay, so how about this function? Y equal to what? Square root X. If I solve for X, it's what? Y squared equal to X, right? So we got this 2 new function. I'm going to rewrite this. It's going to be X equal to Y squared. And this is X equal to Y plus 2. Yesterday, somebody says I said it wrong. I said the right minus left. Can you look at your notes that I say right minus left instead of left minus right? I thought I said right minus left. Okay, then only in second period. So if you turn your, let's just say if you have this drawing, right? And if you turn your iPad or your paper this way, which function, well, I cannot do that, but turn your paper the other way, what is on the top? The blue line on the top or the red lines on the top? Or you turn your head to the right, what's on the top? Y plus 2 on the top, right? Do you see that?
Yeah.
So can I do Y plus 2? Can I do that?
To the
Yeah,
Why do you have to flip it that way?
I'm just teaching you how to do a horizontal orientation. Y plus 2, because that means this part. Minus the bottom. So you minus bottom. So you calculate this area like this. You calculate this area like this. Okay? Minus the bottom. What's the bottom function? Y squared. dy. From what value to what value? From what boundary to what boundary? 0 to what? 2. And then you're done. Type in the calculator right now. See how easy this calculation is.
Why do you need to flip it?
Because I'm trying to do a horizontal orientation. So the way I calculate area is from the bottom up and adding a slice of line until it got all the way up to 2. Yes. Okay, so the Ria is asking a great question. How do I know if horizontal more beneficial? Because how much work I did for this one? 2 integrals and the numbers grows. If I can do it in 1 integral, I will prefer to do it in 1 integral. Does that make sense? So in this case, it's 1 integral. I can do this by hand too. Look at this by hand. I don't have to do it. Now you can set up using calculator to do it. This is going to be much faster. But y squared over 2 plus 2y minus y cubed over 3 between 2 to 0. 2 to the 2 square plus 2 times 2 minus 2 to the third over 3 minus 0. This one is equal to what? 2 plus 4 minus 8 over 3, right? So 3 times 6 is what? 18 over 3 minus 8 over 3 is equal to 10 over 3. Which calculation you rather do? You rather do this one or this one? Do you see why math, if you look at different perspective, it offers you different things? Yes, Tyler?
How would you set that up in the calculator? 'Cause
You just type in x. Don't type in y. Just type in integration 0 to 2 x plus 2 minus x squared dx. You don't have to do it in terms of y. Do you see that this is much easier? Now, I want you to try on the other question. Remember that question that you did this like this, and this like this, and this like this? Do you remember this question? I want you to do y orientation. Do it correctly. That means you have to do 2 things. One, you have to solve in terms of x equal to, x equal to. You have to convert it to x equal to, because that's the distance from the y-axis to the function.
That's number 2.
I don't know. Number 2? Okay, so number 2, do horizontal orientation to see how fast that is. The thing is about it's much more efficient if you do it correctly. Why do you only have to do 1 integral? Look at this. It's top minus bottom or right minus left. Turn your paper this way or turn your head the other way. You cannot turn your thing the other way.
You could log it.
So sometimes your horizontal is better, sometimes vertical is better. It really depends on the question. You're gonna work out all of them today and figure out which one's more efficient. Sometimes Y perspective is more efficient. Sometimes X perspective is more efficient. You gotta change your boundary as well. Remember, this boundary is 0 to 2 as opposed of 0 to 2, 2 to 4. The boundary is 0 to 2 because I only stop calculate the area after, in this orientation, I stop at 2. What is this question? Think about it.
Wait, no, this one is horizontal, right?
Right minus left.
Oh, yeah.
Set down on your graphing calculator first and see if you got a right answer before you evaluate it.
Or no. Well, yeah, they kind of. If that would become like squares. This should become like. Yeah, -4 y. It would be more squares. Yeah, the original is now. That was some help with
I don't remember the question. I think it's y equal to 4. Y equals square root x. Y equal to -1/4 x, right?
You were. There's no x. So
You got an answer so much more efficient. You can actually do it by hand. Actually, it's still gonna be okay. So that's a nice thing. Is like, you do those things, you can understand it.
You're not converting to X. Oh, shit. But even then, wouldn't have to calculate this part and this part separately? No, because
Grace, you got it.
Like you see here,
Nice.
it's just
Grace is improving too.
all of that.
Oh,
is it bad that I did this for the homework class?
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
You just pick an easier one out. But you gotta understand the other perspective is harder. Right? Yeah, that's a lot of time like people have spatial understanding. I think you do. I think you're probably pretty good at geometry. Spatial understanding, not everybody has it. Some people had to train to adopt it. You hate geometry? That's like one of the most fun subjects to teach. You skipped it on virtual school?
Then you
So, a little bit.
Which middle school you go to? Oh, that's why. I'm so sorry. You guys pay for a fortune to get a shitty education. That's a Windermere prep. I mean, if you Lake Highland, you pay very expensive, but you actually get a good education. But like, Windermere prep is like a scam. Scam. Yes.
The kids get to this.
No, not many people went to Ivy. Not as many people as.
minus negative.
Oh,
How many people got into UF this year?
40.
40? That's a lot more than last year, though.
30%.
Where'd you get that statistic?
I was at college this morning.
40% is actually not. 30% is actually not bad.
I figure out my schedule for next year.
Calc BC.
I go Jordan. No.
No, no Calc BC, Jordan. Kevin, no Calc BC.
Let's go.
You're kidding,
You are just a chicken shit.
Me?
Afraid.
No, kid, like, do you think I plan on going to medical. You think I should still take it?
Oh, you? I don't know. Depends on your AP you're gonna score.
Okay.
Chauvin should do it.
Oh.
I mean,
I mean, that's what it is.
yeah, you do what you gotta do, but I always believe you should have a strong mindset, not weak mindset. You have to do something that's challenging.
I think it's
Yeah, next year we'll probably have 10 people in BC, which is fun.
A lot of kids running so would you have done stats?
You are? Are you taking BC or are you taking stats?
But it's very useful for like what I want to do.
Okay, I understand that.
passes now.
I mean,
You'll regret it next year, though. Yeah, it's such a boring class.
Writing and logic.
You're not gonna find a better math class than this. No, it's not like I'm cocky. It's that subject is boring. You're counting how many things in the dot.
Also, like for BC, like, we do UAB and then we do more.
Yeah.
We do more.
No, we're gonna review a little bit because a lot of people's gonna forget everything in the summer.
Wait, it's just, isn't it 4?
And that's what happened this year too. A lot of people forgot. A lot of people still fail algebra tests. But that's good thing is like the algebra test is gonna help your SAT score increase like 50 points, or 100 points. Did you guys finish? Okay, do the rest of them.
just for so much easier.
With the horizontal and vertical. Sometimes horizontal is worse. Sometimes vertical is better. Sometimes horizontal is better. Sometimes vertical is worse. So make sure you go through them all. Tomorrow you have a test. Quiz. Quiz. You have to understand it.
Number 2. Number 2.
I don't know which question 6. You tell me, I will tell you. Yeah, you have to do word problem, but you don't have to do it in 2 orientation. You do whatever is more efficient. The calculator one? Yeah, you just do it calculator, do whatever is more efficient.
I just thought
Like, it depends on how it works.
You guys can do this one.
Is that the one we just did?
Yeah, we just did.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you explain why numbers squared minus 4 instead of 4 minus 4?
If you flip it like this, you see that y squared on top. So you do top minus bottom.
But like, what is bottom?
Minus 4 y.
Asking before.
That's the bottom. Minus 4 y at the top.
I mean,
Well, yeah, but like isn't the first integral like y squared minus 4?
there's like, that's a weird thing.